The lesson outcome for this video is, I can graph linear equations using slope-intercept form. So once again, a reminder that y equals mx plus b is the equation of a line. Remember this term up here, this linear equations are always lines. So this is the equation of a line in slope-intercept form. Remember that the slope is our m value that you see right here. And again, this is always the coefficient, which is the number in front of the variable x, or y, but in this case, the variable, or the coefficient is the number in front of the variable x. And then the intercept is our y-intercept, and we use a b to notate that, okay? Now we're not using y for our y-intercept. This y means something different. We're talking about the y-intercept, which is this b value right here. So when we have an equation written in slope-intercept form, let's say y equals negative 2/3 x plus 4. We have an equation in slope-intercept form. We know that this is the slope, and we know this is the y-intercept. Okay, because they are again in the same location in that slope-intercept form. So here is the little trick I try to help people use to remember how to graph in y-intercept form. All right, so we are going to begin graphing. We're going to begin with b. Okay, with b. We're going to begin with b. So b is 4 in this example. So we are going to graph a y-intercept of 4. So on the graph, we're going to go from the origin right here. We're going to go up 4 units, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that is where we are going to begin graphing. So I'm going to put a point right there, because we know that y-intercept is a point on the line. So now from that point, we have to determine where the line is, okay? So is the line, right here? Is the line right here? Is the line over here? Where does the line go? Well, the way we find out where this line will go from this point 4 on the y-axis is by using our slope and move using our slope. So we're going to move by using m. So begin with b and move with m. All right, so our slope is negative 2/3. Now remember, slope is rise over run. Now rise means you might move up or down, and run means you're going to move right or left. And it's all depending on if the numbers right here, negative 2 and 3, are positive or negative. Remember that moving right is positive and moving up is positive, moving left is negative, and moving down is negative. So using our slope right now, we are going to start at our y-intercept, and we are going to move using this slope right here. So negative 2 means rise negative 2, which is going to mean down. So we're going to go down 1, 2. Now I don't put a point there yet. I have to complete my movement. And so now I'm going to do the run of 3. And a run of positive 3 means we're going to move right 3. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. So down 2 and right 3, and that's where our point is going to go. So down 2, right 3, this is where our point goes. Now, anytime you have 2 points that are in a coordinate plane, you know that there is one and only one line that can be drawn through those 2 points. So that is our line. And it's probably a little bit off right in this region here. We probably want to be more careful, maybe use a ruler and that kind of thing. So probably should be down a little bit further here, going through the y-intercept. So little issue graphing sometimes, drawing that straight line. Okay, so I'm just going to show one more, and then I'll have you guys try some on your own. So again, when we have y equals 3x minus 4, we're going to begin with b, which is our y-intercept. So we're going to begin with this value right here. Begin with our y-intercept of negative 4. So going on the graph, I'm going to go to negative 4 on the y-axis. I was just going to say, oftentimes the mistake made here is that people plot it on the x-axis. Okay, we're not going to plot it on the x-axis. It is a y-intercept. So there it is right there, -4. Now we're going to move using m, which is our slope, and our slope is, again, the number that is the coefficient of x. Remember, you guys, do not say that the slope is 3x. The slope is not 3x. The slope is simply 3, the number in front of the variable x. So now from this point, -4 on the y-axis, we're going to move 3. Now how do we move 3? Well, think of 3 as the same as 3 over 1. So this is positive and this is positive, so we're going to move up. So we're going to rise, and then we're going to run. And they're both positive, so that's up and right. So from this point, we're going to rise 3, 1, 2, 3, and run 1. And you should see that that is the point right there. That is rise 3 and run 1 to the right. And again, we can try to carefully draw our line through those 2 points. Now, one thing I want to mention, earlier I said I was going to talk about what this y here means and what this x here means. Okay, the x and the y that don't have a number put in for them, okay, we have a number put in for m, we have a number put in for b, but we don't have a number put in for x and y. And that's because in an equation, x and y represent all coordinate pairs that are on the line. Remember, there's an infinite number of points on this line. There's a point here, there's a point here, 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 every single location, and infinitely this way, and infinitely this way. There's all these points on this line. So if we picked one and we tested it out in the equation, or picked a point on the line and tested it out in the equation should be true, because the x and the y in the equation are all xy coordinate pairs that are on the line. Okay, try these 4 and then check back to see how you did. Pause the video. All right, so our slope is 1/2, and our y-intercept is -8. Again, if we go by begin with this and then move with this. So we're going to begin at -8 on the y-axis. It's right about there. And then we are going to move with our slope. So we're going to go from this point, we're going to go up 1 and right 2, and we're going to get our point right there. So our first line, I'll draw with black here. This is our first line. Okay. Our second one, we have -5 for M, and we have -3 for B. So we're going to begin with B, and we're going to move with M. Begin at 3 on the y-axis. On the y-axis, I have 3, which is right here. And then we're going to move -5. Now remember, that's -5 over 1, if that helps. So we're going to go down 5 and then right 1. Down 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and right 1 will put us right about there. So our second graph, I will choose a different color here. Our second graph is, or line, excuse me, is that one right there. So that's this one. Okay? And then this was the line we drew in black. All right. The next one here is the slope, and then here is our y-intercept. So again, this is M, and this is B. Now, when M is negative, just a negative, remember that this means -1. All right, so we're going to start at -6 on the x-axis. That's right here. Begin at -6 and move using the slope -1. Again, that's -1 over +1. So down 1, right 1. Getting a little messy out here. Sorry about that. Here it is. And then we're going to draw our line. This time I'll draw this line with, let's see. Alright, with purple. Here we go. And there's that line in purple. And our last one, our slope is 4/5. That's M. And our y-intercept is right here, our B. Now again, there's nothing there, so that means we have +0. Nothing's being added, so that's a y-intercept of 0. So we're going to plot our y-intercept at 0. We're going to begin with our y-intercept, and then we're going to move with our slope. So we're going to move with 4/5, which is up 4, right 5. from that point, we're going to go up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and over 5, which will be right here. All right, and I have a teal blue line for that one. A little wobbly there, so that's that last one. How'd you do?